Alright guys, hello and welcome to another set in Alchemy League. We'll start the recording and start talking about these players. This is from the Aurum division. They are second from the top. So the top division is Platinum. These guys are Aurum. And they are playing on the map of the week, Rapa Nui. This map was submitted... Well, this is the second map of the week, even though we're in week 3 right now, based on when I'm able to cast them. You might see the map of the week for the second week during the third week. Sorry about that. Oh well. It is what it is. Let me actually see if I can adjust this microphone setting here, or maybe disable that. I don't know. Let me know, guys, what the quality of the audio is like. Looks like I might have had a double going on for a moment. Let me know if I didn't fix it. So in this set, we've got Javid playing versus Funny Liquid. We have not seen Javid yet in this league. I think he was away or something. It's a bit lower now. Hey, Funny Liquid. Can you hear me okay? Sounds like it's a bit lower now. Might have to turn up my microphone if that's a little bit better. We haven't seen Javid in Alchemy League because there was something going on and he had to give out some admin wins the first week, unfortunately. So this is the first week that we're going to see him in action. And he seemed really interested too, because he was the guy that reached out to me and said, "Hey Tech, you should really do brackets, because then we'll have some sense of organization for who it's going to play against who." And he provided a compelling argument, and I was very grateful for that. So I don't think it was that he was not interested. He's playing as the Byzantines, so good chap right here. You definitely know that somebody's got good in their heart when they play as Byzantines on the map of the week, right? And Funny Liquid, he's a good guy too, but well, we can't all play Byzantines all the time. He was sick. Yeah, that is too bad. But Funny Liquid is playing as the Saracens. Now the Saracens we've seen. We haven't seen Funny Liquid play the Saracens before. So Funny Liquid is coming out to dock. Presumably he's going to pick up a little bit of shorefish before building that dock. Saracens are popular, and I'll tell you why. Here's what I see in Saracens on this map. And the players, I'm nowhere near as good as these players. These guys aren't the best players in the league, but they're still way better than I am. But if I had to guess, these players would appreciate Saracens from the perspective of their market. See, there's not a lot of wood on Rapa Nui. I know it looks like there's a lot of wood, but they're actually, when you stop and you stare for a little bit, there's really not a lot of wood, especially since this is kind of hollow and you got some Rapa Nui warriors in the middle. So it's very easy to get taken off of wood in this map. And most times, more than anything else, when a player loses on this map, they lose because their wood is denied, which is a good thing, actually. It's kind of nice when there's a map where you can like win and stuff by being aggressive and stopping your opponent from taking resources. It's nice when not all maps end in the Imperial Age with some siege onager crawl or hussar spam into their eco that they can't keep up with. It's nice when you can actually do things. What is this? Funny Liquid saving the villager, walling her in, and he's going to take some berries instead. He's going to finish bringing in this boar. So gold is pretty plentiful, but the wood is limited. And when you're Saracens, you get better deals on the wood at the market. So I think this is why Funny Liquid has picked Saracens. But Saracens also have faster attacking galleys. So maybe Funny Liquid wants to go galleys and dominate the water this way. I think there's about 16,000 food and fish across the entire map for a 1v1. So it is a significant amount of fish. It's worth trying to keep alive. However, because the landmass is smaller and because the wood lines are more scarce, we don't just see pure naval action here. Players will be very aggressive over land, because even though the fish from the water is valuable, if you go all in navy and you lose access to your wood, then, well, you don't have the wood to build new ships. so you will eventually lose. So Javit has a dock up already. Both players are on their way up to the feudal age. It looks like Funny Liquid is going to be up a little bit sooner than Javit. They're both... it looks like Funny Liquid is a villager ahead of Javit, too. Has Javit gotten Loom, but Funny Liquid has not? So Javit has Loom, and I think Funny Liquid should have Loom, too, because he only has 50 gold. Yeah. So he both has Loom. Funny Liquid is a villager ahead of Javit, probably because he built an additional fishing ship. Yeah, there it is. So 3 fishing ships versus Javit's 2. So Javit not heavily invested in fishing economy, but he's building another dock. So he's probably thinking, all right, if I lose water, the worst that happens is I lose 2 villagers. But I am going to make fire ships so that I can kill my opponent's fish. So let's see it. Yeah, there it is. 2 fire galleys. And what is Funny Liquid doing? Funny Liquid is feudal age. And Funny Liquid, he is not making any galleys. Surprise! Well, Javit's going to show up over here with his fire galleys and be a little bit disappointed. I guess he'll get to kill 3 fishing ships if Funny Liquid chooses not to defend them. But he will not really get the big fight. I mean, why would you make 2 fire galleys if 1 would do here? Oh, the other fun thing that I like about this map is that the scout, when it dies, drops a relic. Okay, I know. It messes with relic victories, but it's fun. Alright, so Javit actually is using these fire galleys defensively for now. He hasn't moved out anywhere. Funny Liquid making this stable over here, and he's actually going scouts. Does Javit have any idea what Funny Liquid is up to? I think Javit assumed that Funny Liquid would go water. Let's see what we can do to select this dock, or this town center, I should say. Yeah, alright, well, whatever. Sometimes early game it doesn't let me do that. Alright, so Javit with the double gates here. He needs to finish walling this villager. Javit flexing on us a little bit, I think, here. Funny Liquid keeping this passageway open so that his scout could get in. Javit is not worried about this 1 scout here, but he knows that you don't start with a traditional scout on this map. So surely he must be worried that there will be more scouts. And indeed there are. We have 2 more scouts coming across the map for Funny Liquid, and they have now rendezvoused with the 3rd. So we've got 3 scouts here. This is a number of scouts which can take fights versus spearmen, although it is somewhat close. So Javit really needs to pay attention here. The quick wall attempt fails. The scouts get in, and the villagers are now running for the town center. He is going to lose 1, and that's all he's going to lose due to the spearmen being out of position. I think Javit underestimated Funny Liquid's scouts. I think he was not expecting this, and Funny Liquid's going to kill 2 villagers because of those scouts. Because Javit was not really... I don't think he scouted his opponent. I don't think he knew that Funny Liquid would invest this heavily in scouts. And even after he saw the 1 scout, he didn't really take it seriously to wall this off here. He assumed maybe the spearmen would be sufficient defense. So, Javit, I don't really see much from him. He's got a barracks here. He has not sent... Okay, he sent a fire galley over here. It looks like Funny Liquid did make 1 fire galley. And I only see 1 from Javit, so I would assume that they had a fight over there at some point. And, well, we just missed it. Funny Liquid has thrown down a lot of farms, and he's on his way up to the castle age. This is not good for Javit. Javit, really, he needs to get some buildings down. I don't know why he has so many on gold. Maybe he's afraid of taking so much wood this early on. It looks like he's just now getting some of his sheep, which is unfortunate. And he has not clicked up yet. He's building a range and a market here. And he needs to finish walling. So Funny Liquid catching Javit off guard. I have a feeling this is going to be a pretty quick game, though. I think Javit's going to see Funny Liquid in Castle Age and be supremely worried. I know I would be. He just needs to buy a little bit of food. I don't think he realizes that Funny Liquid is already on his way up. Like halfway up, in fact. Okay, Javit is going to build a blacksmith. Looks like Javit does want to go into archers. Archers, I think, could be a pretty powerful choice on this map. if the Byzantines could do some kind of fast Imperial Age and camp the top of this hill with arbalisters and bombard cannons, it could be very powerful considering how little room there is to get around here. Funny Liquid clarifying that the Saracen market helps them get up to the Castle Age faster here. It's true, the Saracen market is only 75 wood, and he sold his stone. And you get a lot of extra gold from selling your stone as the Saracens. So Javit is going to be up in about a minute and a half. He has to survive the onslaught from Funny Liquid. Funny Liquid adding another stable, but he's doing it back here. I guess this isn't really far enough away from a wall to be hidden. Javit has 1 water, but neither player really invested very much in water. So what's Funny Liquid going to do with 2 stables here? Well, I guess he's going to go into Light Cav. And what is this? Is this a monastery? Oh, nice. I like this monastery from Funny Liquid. It's not next to any relic that I can see, but it could be, I guess, if Funny Liquid deleted his merchant. The merchant takes up 0 population space. Okay, so Light Cavalry looking for an opening. They're not going to find it over here. Javit has fully walled this off. But the Light Cav might be able to make an opening. They are attacking a wall segment. Javit is going to have to respond to that pretty quickly. Otherwise, the Light Cav will get in and cause chaos. Okay, he does get the wall up. If I were Funny Liquid, I would have attacked over here. The chance of getting in might have been better. So he has a monastery, and Funny Liquid says he's built 2 monasteries. Oh yeah, here's the other one here. So Funny Liquid is going to try to get the relics. Now, the relic situation is a little bit weird on this map because of the merchant dropping a relic. You only need to collect 2 relics to trigger a relic victory. But if you get more than that, then the relic victory will be untriggered. So here we can see that Funny Liquid has his monastery counting down from 200 years. And this puts Javit on a timer. And while the panic is real, I really think it's a lot of fun having Standard Victory. And I wish I had hosted a Standard Victory tournament sooner. I think if you're going to do it, you probably can't have unpredictable situations with relics or things that are unintuitive. But if we were to do it over, we wouldn't have the merchant dropping the relic, at least in a competitive 1v1 type setting. But I think Standard Victory is criminally underutilized. And I'm looking forward to the next season of Alchemy League already. We're going to do Standard Victory again. Or at least I'm really going to push for it. I hope that I'm able to get what I want. I usually get what I want, but not all the time. So Javit being annoying here, he's going to burn this house down, and Funny Liquid is presumably going to have to re-wall this. He can't afford to let Javit run in here with a bunch of paladins or something. I don't know. It's not going to get to paladin, but wouldn't it be awkward if he ran in here with a bunch of units and suddenly destroyed this? Who knows? Maybe 50 petards are going to come through here. Probably not very likely, though. I'm wondering if it could be a viable strategy for Javit to build a transport ship and transport maybe a bunch of petards, and then he's got a minimum walking distance. But I think Funny Liquid has a monk here guarding this shoreline. So if Javit came in with a transport, Funny Liquid could potentially convert it and then delete it, thereby killing all the units inside. So Funny Liquid's, yeah, he's still counting down for the relic victory. Javit is on a timer here. I don't think he has time to do 3 town center. He's got 1 knight now, and he's researching infantry armor. I don't really understand. Okay, alright, I see what he's doing. Funny Liquid is going to convert some pikemen. And Javit trying to get a forward here, but I don't think he's got enough units yet. I think he needs to focus more on the unit production side of things. And he probably doesn't want to give these pikemen away. Really, honestly, this is a good. You could almost make a good case for atonement here, and going 3 monasteries and making a ton of monks and just having an atonement monk battle with your opponent. I really hope that we see that on Rapa Nui at some point. It looks like Funny Liquid is going to overpower Javit with conversions. And Javit calls the GG. He's just not prepared for the Relic victory. So Funny Liquid gets a game, and with that we will go on to the next one. Remember, this was Javit's first ever game in the league, so he's probably just getting warmed up. The next map is of Javit's choice. Let's see here. Watch, replays, and it is Wasteland. I like Wasteland, actually. I don't want to say that it's my favorite map in the league, because I think that there are a lot more creative maps than Wasteland, but I will say it is the easiest for me personally to play because there is no water. Alright, so Funny Liquid is the Poles, and Javit is the Magyars. So Magyars are a popular pick on this map. People really like their Lightning Scouts builds, because if your Scouts build is fast enough, you could probably get in here. You could probably kill 1, maybe 2 villagers with a Scouts build. And then after that, your opponent will be able to wall this up. The woodlines are huge. Wasteland was made by BP Dredge, and it was inspired by Crazzini's Desert Void. And guess what? There's just like nothing out here. It's just a big wasteland. So you really want to take a mobile civ to Wasteland if you can, because there's so much space to move around. I've seen a lot of Teutons on this map, but I don't really understand them. Hey, Cookie Pirate, welcome. I like, if I had to choose, if I really wanted to try hard, I would probably pick Byzantines on this map. Byzantines or some really good camel civilization that isn't Byzantines, because the camels counter the mobile units and are mobile themselves. I mean, you could go pikemen, but they'll spend all game running around chasing cavalry. I imagine a situation where there's like rolling farms and town centers out here and just hussars streaming across the map late game. It doesn't usually get to that, but maybe it could. Maybe it could, you guys. So we got an extra boar on this map too. It looks like Funny Liquid is bringing in his first of 3 boars. So you can see 1, 2, and 3. So the extra boar really helps too. Can help you do a faster scouts build. So in other words, although the woodlines are really big and it's easier to wall, people also tend to have the food income to make scouts faster and therefore do the damage before the walls get up. So it kind of it's kind of a wash in my opinion. But it's important to note that these are not boars technically, they are elephants. They're elephants and a rhino, and both species has 400 food instead of the normal 340 for a boar. So you figure if a boar has 60 less food than the rhinos and elephants of this map, therefore players have at least 160 additional food here, huntable food. But you have to remember that, or 160 extra beyond if they were just boars. But you also have to remember that there are no deer. So I don't want to say that Mike is still squelching bad. Well, I don't really know what to do about it. Maybe I could try unplugging and replugging in my camera. Let me do that real quick. Oh, look at this. Javit trying to lame Funny Liquid, but it's not working. Funny Liquid does not lose any sheep, and he is able to successfully bring in his rhino. All right, guys, let's unplug this microphone. I got a pretty good idea that they're both going to do a fast scouts build of some kind. I think Funny Liquid Alright, I'm back. Hopefully that helped out. So I think Funny Liquid has the better economy late game because pulls. But Magyars have the power spikes. Magyars get that free attack upgrade. Javit is on his way up. They're both doing a 21 pop scouts build, I think. So nothing too crazy in terms of economy here. But Javit has Loom. He likes to get Loom earlier than Funny Liquid does, just in case. Funny Liquid trying to deny this barracks, but does not succeed. So, Funny Liquid does have a little bit more idle TC time, though. I'm wondering if that has something to do with Javit messing with him earlier. Funny Liquid says no buildings. No buildings. I'm not really sure what he means by that. Maybe he tried to click up and he didn't have the buildings he needed to click up. So Funny Liquid just trying to finish off the walls here. He has a barracks. He's going to be up in just a few more seconds. Javit is up now. And Javit's scout is very dangerous now. It gets that free attack. And I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but a Magyar scout will kill a villager in one fewer hit because of that free attack upgrade. So Funny Liquid sprinting to finish this wall off here. And I believe that he is going to succeed. So Funny Liquid is fully walled. Hey, Tipe, welcome. It's good to see you on one of these. Finally, I've been waiting for you, Tipe. Tipe says, ever since Funny Liquid started walling, he has been undefeatable. I do think walls are very powerful. Funny Liquid, I'm sure, learned the power of walling from Tipe. All those Portuguese fortified walls with bombard cannons. Okay, so Funny Liquid has built a spearman, and he is going to chase away Javit's scout. Javit's okay. He's got a healthier scout here. He's going to try to take a fight. He does manage to kill Funny Liquid's scout, it looks like, and he's got another spearman running around too. So Javit is going to take map control for now. But it makes sense, right? Because Javit's been making units, and Funny Liquid has made a spearman, I think. Javit has not invested as much in walling. Portuguese bases are no match compared to what Funny Liquid constructed here. Well, I mean, you could make the argument that if you scaled this up for late game, it would be quite spectacular. Alright, so Funny Liquid is going to build a stable now. I'm not really sure what motivates this. Maybe Funny Liquid is going to go scouts, but he's going to kind of do a later scouts than Javit so that he has a larger eco and he can afford more of them. Oh, I like this tower. This is a smart tower. This tower will deny Funny Liquid's gold. Javit knows too. So if we select Javit's point of view, like if you're Javit, you have scouted Funny Liquid's base. You know that Funny Liquid has 1 gold inside of his walls, and it's right here. So if you can get a tower up there, you can deny Funny Liquid's gold. Now, luckily for Funny Liquid, he does have a stone inside of his walls as well, but he has no other gold inside of his walls. So let's see where the villagers are. Don't tell me it's just 1. If it's just 1, Funny Liquid is totally going to see this coming, and probably what Funny Liquid would do would be to rush up a tower of his own. And he has more nearby villagers to do it. The best case for Javit would be like a surprise. So let's take a look at Funny Liquid's point of view, actually. So if Javit built this tower right here on the wood line instead, he would probably still be able to reach most of this gold, and he would deny some of this wood line potentially. So this is actually not the best tower in the world. He should build it over here. Hey, BP Dredge, welcome. I think a counter tower will go up. I agree, Tipe. The counter tower is the right move, and so does Funny Liquid. Funny Liquid is going to get this tower up first because he is building it at home and he has more villagers to work on it. So Javit needs to cancel this tower and go away and maybe build a tower somewhere else. Oh, but Javit has somehow gotten in here. How? How did he get in? Was there an overchop? I must have missed it. I see that there's a destroyed building here. I guess we'll never know. I don't know. This looks like it's fully closed off. There's a tree here, and a tree here, and a tree foundation here, and a tree there. So, I don't know. But either way, it looks like Javit got one eco kill and Funny Liquid lost one eco kill. So, Javit has only killed one villager. Perhaps a hole in the wall? It seems like Javit would be exploiting it more if there were a hole in the wall. I think he must have destroyed something and then Funny Liquid re-walled it quickly. Javit is still trying to get in here. Funny Liquid is approaching the food for Castle Age, but he does not yet have the gold. He should have the gold soon, though. He's got villagers on gold. And Javit, he has the gold and he's approaching the food. And Funny Liquid doing the farming simulator here, the Polish farming simulator, on these, near these folworks here. The one palisade between the barracks and the trees. Oh, right here. I see. This palisade is new, so Javit must have somehow gotten in that way. Funny Liquid has a bunch of spearmen chasing Javit's villager. I'm not really sure what this villager is still doing here, or why Javit wanted to build a house here. This is counterproductive, I think. I think he should have just gone home. Actually, I think he should have built the tower here, but in the absence of doing that, the next best thing would just be to go home if you're not going to commit. So Javit's still running around like a madman through Funny Liquid's base. He's trying to be a pest, as big of a pest as he can be. Funny Liquid is adding a stable. He is on his way up to the Castle Age. But Javit is also on his way up to the Castle Age. Tipe says states a question. If a farm is constructed between two folworks, did the farm give the bonus to both folwork? I don't think so, Tipe. That would be pretty cool, though. It would be just like the devs to do that. Alright, so Javit is presumably fully walled himself at this point. Yeah, so he's fully walled. He's more heavily on gold, and we see these ranges in the back. So Javit is switching to archers, or cavalry archers. Maybe cavalry archers could be a good unit for this map. We've seen them often because of the mobility. The map is large, open spaces with a few concentrated woodlines. So maybe Javit feels that he can make cavalry archers and do a lot of damage to Funny Liquid's economy. Tipe says, so Funny only builds folworks so close to each other for safety. Yep, I think so. I think that's right. I don't think there's any economic bonus. I like this town center, though. This town center makes some of these farms safe, and it's on the stone. And I think Funny Liquid could use some stone. He needs some stone. Build some castles. Get some unique technologies. So what do you want to go for if you're Javit? Well, actually, I think cavalry archers are very smart in this situation, even late game. And I'll tell you why. It is true that Poles get all of the range upgrades, and they get all of the armor upgrades for archers except the last one. So, in effect, Poles have some really decent skirmishers, I think. I think that Poles could go skirmisher cost-effectively against cavalry archer. And, of course, Poles have siege weapons, they've got onagers, they've got those O-book things. I don't think they want to go into that, though. I think it's too slow. Unless you did a castle drop or something and you forced a fight in a specific area, I think mobility is very powerful on this map, and I think players sort of realize that. But here's why I like Magyar Cav archers. Poles, they have fantastic cavalry, and their cavalry, like their light cav, can do trample damage and all that good stuff, right? But they are missing the final armor upgrade on their cavaliers, on their hussars, etc. And I know it doesn't sound like a big deal, but when you're Magyars and you get that unique technology that gives your cavalry archers an additional range and damage. Already, like base cavalry archers already do, just vanilla cavalry archers already do +1 damage, right? Let me click on these guys and I'll see to show you. So if these were crossbowmen, their base damage would be 5. All right, and I believe that heavy cavalry archers are 7 base bonus damage. So right off the bat, cavalry archers are expected to do more damage to units that have higher pierce armor, like knights. All right, you combine that with the fact that Poles are missing the final armor upgrade, and in Imperial Age, Magyars will get Bracer and they will get Chemistry. So they will be getting 2 more attack, and Poles will not be getting the +2 defense from range from the last armor. And then you combine that with the fact that the Poles have that unique technology recurve bow, which increases the range and damage of their cavalry archers. And I think cavalry archers could be very effective against everything that the Poles make. I think Funny will submerge his opponent with cheap gold knights in Castle Age with that nice full work food eco. Possibly. Funny Liquid, he's almost there in stone, so he could build a castle pretty soon. That's true. He needs numbers. See what he's doing for the knights. It seems like he's got 3 knights and he's building some more. See where his knights are. He has 8 knights total. Okay. Jabbit is making more cavalry archers. I agree, though. That is 100% true. If Funny Liquid lets it get to that point, I think he'll be in a tough spot. But if he does the cheap knights in Castle Age, he could have a pretty good opening against Jabbit to do a ton of damage. And we'll see what he does. But I agree. I think the play for Funny Liquid is to go heavy Castle Age aggression. It's to end it before it gets to Imperial Age. Funny Liquid is on only 2 town centers. He's getting a castle up now. These knights are here to secure this castle location. And he has a siege workshop that he started. I'm not sure what the deal with this siege workshop is. I would assume that it is here to build the odd defensive mangonel to keep some of these forward wood lines safe. That would be my guess. Jabbit adding some more cavalry archers here. So he's got 20 cavalry archers. And these cavalry archers, this is enough to take on 10 knights. He's coming in looking for something to kill. Is he going to dive the town center? I don't think so. And he's going to back away from the tower too. There's knights here chasing the cavalry archers. Cavalry archers require lots of upgrades. He's getting the armor and he's getting thumb ring for them. Thumb ring, very important for cavalry archers. So Funny Liquid getting the Shislata privileges now, which will decrease the amount of gold that his knights require and allow him to make a lot more of them. I think Jabbit just wants to go up to Imperial Age. And indeed, I don't think he's... Okay, he's still making villagers. He is going to build one more town center. Ugh. Awful town center. I would build it here. Why not build it here? It's further away from the hill. And the gold would be more efficient. It would be closer to the wood. But whatever. I'm not going to criticize him too much. So Jabbit... Tell me Jabbit's clicked up somewhere. He suddenly has way less resources. He's got to have clicked up. Yeah, okay, so he's queued Imperial Age behind that villager. And he's got a big ball of cavalry archers on the prowl. And Funny Liquid... Okay, Funny Liquid is still making knights. And he's got a scorpion here. Now, what's the relic situation? Doesn't look like either of them have prioritized getting relics. Let's check Funny Liquid's base to see if we can find... Okay, there is a monastery, so Funny Liquid is thinking about it, but he hasn't gone for it. And Jabbit has built a monastery. That's funny. So they both have built a monastery. And, oh, Jabbit is getting the first relic here. Okay, so he did at least make a monk, and he's going out to get a relic. But these cavalry archers, maybe they're getting in the way of Funny Liquid going out with monks. Actually, there's a relic right here. Funny Liquid could easily get this relic. It's in the back of his base. That would be a good win for Funny Liquid. Actually, it's a win for Funny Liquid regardless of whether or not he gets the relic, because he can at least prevent his opponent from triggering the relic victory. By building this castle here, he's pretty much nailed this relic down. I mean, if he lost control of this area, he would have lost the game already. So relic victory isn't a thing. I mean, the only thing that could happen is maybe a monk could sneak in like this, but he'd have to be in a coma for that to happen. Maybe that kind of stuff happens at my ELO, but at Funny Liquid's ELO, players notice stuff like that. Alright, so Javit has built a castle here. He's got his cavalry archers. He's going to be up to the Imperial Age. There's no real pressure for Javit to take a fight right now, and I think that that's smart. He's going to build a stone gate here. Early Imp CA. So he's got 33 of them. Funny Liquid doesn't even want to fight 33 of them, and as far as he's concerned, his opponent's going to be in Castle Age for a while longer. Javit could afford to go to Castle Age again, or to Imperial Age again, but he's not going to. These resources are saved up for him to get all those range upgrades. He's getting Bracer, Chemistry. He's probably going to get that unique technology too, and he'll get heavy cavalry archer as well, and then I think Funny Liquid will be in rough shape. Funny Liquid needs to make something happen right now. But Funny Liquid is up to 89 villagers, 90 villagers. Javit at 90 villagers. Funny Liquid has a big military. I don't know. It seems like Funny Liquid's a little bit behind. I don't know. Maybe his economy is a little mismanaged. He's got a ton of stone despite not being on stone. I think it's because he's been mining gold. Or maybe that's the opposite of how that works. I don't know. You guys can remind me. I think they get gold from mining stone, actually. So Funny Liquid has kind of been focused on building castles and solidifying his hold of map control. But I think that this is a mistake, letting Javit get into all of these cavalry archer upgrades, especially long term, when your knights are going to wither beneath the fire of enemy cavalry archers. So Javit picking off these scorpions first. And he micros the cavalry archers back. He's got 53 cavalry archers. Let's take a look at their range here. 6+4 attack, so they have 10 attack. They have 7 range. Javit has not gotten the unique technology yet. And these knights have 4 pierce armor, and they will never have more than 4 pierce armor. So that means that these cavalry archers are dealing 6 damage per shot to these knights, which is enormous. Normally they would be only doing, well, let's see, 6 plus 2. So that would be 8. So they'd be doing a lot less damage. Knights have 4 pierce armor, so they're doing 6 damage. If he didn't have Bracer and he didn't have Chemistry, then he would be doing 4 damage only. So he'd be doing less damage. Javit is on 3 TC. Funny Liquid is only on 2. Yep, 1, 2, and 3. But Javit also has more town center idle time, although I think he's still been producing from all these town centers simultaneously. The knights are looking for damage, but they cannot get in. Javit is here sieging Funny Liquid's monastery, and he has a trebuchet forward. He's got this massive group of cavalry archers, 58 of them. I'm looking for the unique tech, but I don't see it. I think the unique tech would be very helpful for him. So Funny Liquid wants in, but he can't get it. Javit is stonewalling out here with Tech's favorite building, the Stonewall. Alright, Javit with the forward castle. Cavalry archers melting the scorpions. Funny Liquid has the food to click up, but he does not yet have the gold. He might be able to sell some wood, depending on the market situation. Oh! Funny Liquid is in. He got in somehow. Oh, okay. Javit forgot to wall behind this one. So this will be a good raid for Funny Liquid. This is exactly what he needs. He needs to get in here and slaughter lots of villagers. Force Javit to pull his army back. But it does not appear that Javit is going to pull his army back. Funny Liquid is on his way up to the Imperial Age. Javit does have cavalry archers working on these knights. These knights are taking extra damage from these town centers and cavalry archers, though, because they only have the Castle Age armor upgrades. So Javit down to 92 villagers and a lot of idle time. I don't know if Funny Liquid has walled this off yet. I don't think so. Or sorry, Javit. I think Javit just built another house here, and Funny Liquid's just going to destroy it. Javit does have the stone to wall behind here. I'm not sure why he doesn't, but Funny Liquid calling the GG, and Javit is victorious. So Javit with just too many cavalry archers. He had 77 cavalry archers and 14 in queue. And apparently a very bad farming eco at the end of the game. Bracer plus chemistry TCs is no joke. Agreed, especially if you only have Castle Age armor. And yeah, Javit not even unlocking the unique tech. If he had gotten the unique tech, these cavalry archers would have just shredded Polish knights. But that was a very entertaining game as well. So the score is tied up now. Magyars are just on a different level. I agree. And Tipe is a Magyar, so he would know. So now let's go and watch the tiebreaker game on Spiny Forest. This is Funny Liquid's sort of home map. This is the map that Funny Liquid picks when he's behind, or if he loses a game. I'm not sure why Funny Liquid likes the map. There you go, kitty. The cat requested to be let out of my chamber. So this map is a two-town center start. You start with these packed town centers here. And Javit is asking about it. He's like, oh no, what is this? This is a packed town center, and you can unpack it, and you get two of them. And I don't know if Javit has realized that yet. So Funny Liquid coming over here immediately to kill the camels. Yes, that's right. You guys, you can eat camels on this map. Because it's weird and no one prepares. Oh yeah, I had a disastrous game against Warlion on this map from this past week. I picked this map because I was curious to try it. And I tried to wall, and it was a terrible mistake. There were a bunch of wolves, and they ate all my walling villagers. And I was just very far behind. So this is fun. These gold piles are 2,000 gold apiece. They're not very efficient. Oh, Javit is just realizing now that he's got two town centers. So where is his other town center? Oh, here it is. All right, so he's going to build both of his town centers in approximately the same place. Exactly, some yummy camel chops. So he's trying to unpack here, but you have to kind of be in a clear and open spot. Actually, I'm really impressed that he managed to get this. This is a good town center. It's normally so awkward to unpack these town centers. They're like, you can never get them right up against a wood line like that, except he did. So we got these piles of gold. They are worth 2,000 apiece. And then we've also got these choppable cactuses here, which is pretty fun. So Javit saying, uh-oh, he's not sure about this map. I think you want to, we've seen different players do different things. I think you probably don't want to give away this area of the map. Having said that, though, we have seen players try to concentrate their town centers a little bit better. You can chop, okay, so you can chop cactuses. There are piles of wood which you can chop as well. There are piles of gold which you can mine, but not very efficiently. You can only have about 2 villagers on each of these. And what else? You've got this mounted healer. This lady can heal, but she cannot convert. She is on horseback and she's just exploring. So she's a scout. And then you have this. This is a horse scout right here. Hey, Tipe! Thanks for tuning in. It's always a pleasure. Would love to see more of you in the future. Hopefully you'll be around. But I send luck to Past Liquid for this match. Are camel chops a thing? I don't know. But I do know that this elephant is a thing, and he can scout the map. So you have an elephant scout named Tristan. So we are building some houses here for Javit. And he's got his Elephant Scout looking around. Let's see what Javit knows of the map. It looks like he's done a decent job scouting. He knows that Funny Liquid is approximately over here. He could probably assume that Funny Liquid is over here too, based on the terrain change. But, perhaps not. Let's take a look at what Funny Liquid knows. Actually, Funny Liquid has not found Javit. Interesting. Let's talk about their civilizations. Funny Liquid is Mongols. So Mongols take hunted meat faster? Oh no. Oh, this could be a disaster. Okay, well, he does have loom, so that's good. The wolf is going to attack the villagers, and Funny Liquid, look at that. He's paying attention. He's on it. The villagers work together to kill that wolf and continue to eat these camels. You start with this mule cart, so you can move it around and eat more meat that way. Mongols, though. Yeah, the Mongols faster collected meat from hunting, and they have tankier scouts, although their scouts are also missing armor. They've got the Mangudai. They're great mobility civilization, I feel. And Javit is the Malians, which are pretty good general purpose nomad civilization. Although this map is not nomad in the traditional sense, I don't think. Let's take a look at the Vil count. Yeah, Funny Liquid is 9 villagers ahead of Javit. That's rough. If you're not familiar with this map, you can really struggle to keep villagers queued. And I also think that Javit took a little while to establish his second town center. So his second town center was not making villagers. So that could be another reason why Funny Liquid is so far ahead, because nobody's really killed anything. Although Funny Liquid has apparently lost something. It looks like Funny Liquid finally did fight all of these wolves here. And they must have killed a villager. He's bringing the healer back to patch this lady up. Now, do you guys know you can put fish in the mule cart, right? So you could collect these box turtles and drop these off at the mule cart, right? That could be a good use of Funny Liquid's villagers right now, since there's already fish here. But Funny Liquid headed back. Maybe he's satisfied that all that meat has been collected. He's just going to go somewhere else. He's built a lumber camp here. Oh, these goods piles. Let's talk about these goods piles. These are berries. Look at that. Isn't that fun? Oh, fish don't drop off at the mule cart. What? But they can take meat. They can't take fish? Why not? Oh, no. Javit is making the same mistake that I did. The villager's going to go down to some wolves. I bet he was sending this villager to get the boar. Yep. So he knew about this boar. He sent one villager out there to bring this boar back, and the wolves disagreed. The wolves said, "Leave our boar alone," and they attacked him. That's rough. Yeah, this is definitely the curveball of the map pack. And I think every map pack needs a good curveball. Every map pack needs a map in there that's just a little bit weird. And people are kind of afraid of, and they're like, well, I don't know about this one. Maybe it's got some strange mechanics to it. Maybe some things in it are just not what they seem. So Funny Liquid is on his way up to the feudal age now. He has 48 villagers to Javit's 38. This gap will close as one of Funny Liquid's town centers is spending time researching the next age instead of making villagers. And then when Javit clicks up, the gap will expand back to what it was when Funny Liquid first clicked up to feudal age. That is to say, if Javit clicks up. Hopefully he does. But maybe Funny Liquid will find a way to end the game very quickly. I don't know if Funny Liquid will go for feudal age aggression. He does seem to be building a barracks. And he's making some farms. So he could go for scouts. Although he is accumulating a lot of food. And maybe he's at the point where he could just go fast castle and maybe mine stone while advancing to the castle age, and then go into Mangudai. So stable and blacksmith coming up for Funny Liquid, so it's probably going to be FC Knights. if I had to guess. Javit continuing this wall off. He is going to bring this boar in. It looks like he managed to fight off the wolves. This lady's going to build this house and then lure the boar again as a trick to get the boar to slow down. And Funny Liquid is indeed on his way up to the castle age. So it is FC Knights. He's going to attack the boar again and then lure the boar in. And how's Javit's wall doing? Well, it's not doing so great. He's not really purpose walling. He's sort of more like opportunity walling. He's like, well, you know, I need these houses. I need this barracks. So I'm just going to kind of build across like this. But he's not intentionally trying to wall anything out yet. He sees that Funny Liquid is Feudal Age. He probably feels pressure to click up to Feudal Age himself. He's on his way up now, but Funny Liquid is going to be Castle Age while Javit is still in Dark Age. And that's pretty demoralizing. That happened to me when I was up against Warlion as well on this map. So Javit coming across to finish these walls. Maybe he saw something in Funny Liquid's base with his elephant scout that scared him. So he resolved to finish this wall. I think that's a pretty good position to be in. Unfortunately for Javit, I'm just realizing this now, he does not have any gold. He has not secured any gold. So this, I think, is going to be a pretty quick game. Funny Liquid is getting scale barding armor, and he's just reached the Castle Age. So he will probably buy a little bit of food, maybe, and get the next armor. Or he'll just start queuing Knights, not really sure. I mean, his opponent's still in Dark Age right now. So he maybe isn't that worried about it. Javit has plenty of food. He is in the Feudal Age. And he has less wood now. Okay, he's rushing up a market. I think that's smart. He needs to rush up a blacksmith too as soon as he has the wood for it. He's got a massive sprawling farm economy. And he just needs to get up. And I've been here, I know. He sees that Funny Liquid is attacking him with these knights. And I would sell the food right now. He's building a blacksmith. He needs to rush this up. And you need to get up to Castle Age and you need to find the nearest gold. Let's take a look at see what Javit's understanding of the map is. Okay, he does know that there's some gold back here. But Javit just calling the GG. He's just too far behind. And Funny Liquid is victorious. So Javit did not make a single military unit. That looks about like what I did. So we will give the final game to Funny Liquid here. There we go. We got to make sure that it's red. Alright, so GG, well played. Funny Liquid, the master of the weird map. He knows. He knows all about a good build and a good choice of civilization for this map. We'll continue to watch this map and see what kind of different civilizations are possible with it. Maybe what some of the advantages and disadvantages are. And I think HuHuCoil22, who created the map, will be very interested in that. So, thanks guys so much for tuning in. I've really enjoyed this set, and I hope that you did as well. And I might cast the other one later tonight, or it could be tomorrow. Not sure. But when I do, hopefully I will see you there. I know there's a lot of really great Age of Empires content out there, so I appreciate you guys bearing through my squelching microphone. And I look forward to seeing you again soon.